I mean, you don't hear much of that. You don't hear much of that.
Yeah, hi, my name's Chandler Fernando. I've just been involved with community events over the years, and today's protest is just the manifestation of an ongoing campaign which is essentially asking the President of Sri Lanka to A, resign, and also for a system change. Essentially what we have seen before and what we've been used to as a country just hasn't worked, and our financial situation manifests itself in A, a democratic deficit, but also B, people genuinely feel absolute pain. You know, if you go from eating an egg for dinner that cost you 40 rupees to being then told, well, you can't even have that, well, you are feeling that pain. You're also feeling the pain that when you go to a hospital, there isn't the medicine, there isn't possibility for you to have your operation. And then on the other side of it, apart from the acute suffering that people are feeling financially, is that there isn't a politician or politicians in Sri Lanka who are yet in a position to A, articulate a restructuring program, but also think of the bigger picture and the longer term. Yes, there are people on the fringes of the mainstream debate who have said, well, we need to go back in time, look at our agricultural economy, look at our capacity in terms of the fact that we're an island surrounded by the sea. Then on the other side of it, the sort of centre-right agenda is much more okay. We need to negotiate with the IMF, find a way out of this, boost our reserves, and hope that tourism comes back. Neither of those solutions are perfect in their own right. And I think the greatest frustration for the youth of Sri Lanka is very much who can come up with something that A, can be executed, namely you can implement it, B, you can be held to account about it, and the third thing is that you're going to say that no options are off the table. And I think that is why the protest today, why people have this constant theme of system change, and we need the system to change, is because it's business as usual with whatever jockey comes next. Yeah, so you asked me why are people wearing black? There are really three key reasons for black. One is obviously it's a color of darkness and sorrow, which is a reflection of the country's mood. Number two, the appointment of the new Prime Minister is an exact example of going back in time. This is an individual who didn't even win his own seat. He's come from the list system. He doesn't have a majority in Parliament. And essentially he is there at the behest of the current president simply because he's considered the least worst option at the current time in relation to replacing his brother as Prime Minister. So that as a symbol for us manifests itself in a black t-shirt. And then the third aspect is that once you combine those two, struggle either is represented with the color black or the color red. Yes, there has been bloodshed in Sri Lanka. Yes, people have died unnecessarily. So black is as a result of that bloodshed. So those are really the three key reasons as to why people are wearing black today, because the struggle is unending. It's not just because we've had a change of prime minister and there's been a cessation of terms, etc. It is all about the fact that we have not had the system change that we want. Without system change, or the change of the system, you cannot do anything. You're just going to repeat what we've had before.